My name is Annelies, checking in from Thailand as well. And I'm still in a awe about a wonder that happened yesterday. And I'm still eating because of that at the moment. I had made a card, and that card that I had written down what the body wanted me to eat in the morning. And I hang that on a hook uh, in my kitchen so that I would not forget. But I did that for most three-quarter um, of a year, and I forgot about all that. And yesterday, suddenly, something fell. There was no wind, there was nothing. Something fell, and this card was falling behind me. And I took it up. And I thought, oh my goodness, this card is falling. How can it? It's hanging on this hook. It cannot fall. There was no wind. And I said, okay, thank you. I will receive it. And I read the prescription I once wrote through my body. So now I have to eat late. So I'm still eating. But yes, so happy that we can share these words of wonders. And happy to be here with you on this very special day, a wondrous day.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sabine in Cologne, Germany, and I love your story, Annelies. I think it's amazing. I love these stories because it shows us how everything, yeah, the magic and the sparkles are there. I just had to hurry up to be here for being on this precious day with Camilla. I'm not really ready. I had a very strange night, and but I'm very happy not only for you, Camilla, but also I bought myself a little machine so my keyboard and my voice can go into the computer and it will sound great with Hall and everything. And I'm gonna try it today. It's not yet finished, otherwise I would show you. But it makes me very exciting because then I can give concerts online and it will really sound great. So I gave myself a little present for myself in the world. Yes, and exciting things happening, and looking forward to hear what you guys are sharing. And happy birthday, precious one.
This is Hasina checking in from Newcastle, South Africa, and I somehow the time just got away from me in the last half an hour, and here I am dropping from my head into my heart, which is a really pleasant experience. And it's great to see everyone. And Kamala, I was going to wish you early this morning, but just know that the wish came from my heart. It didn't make it onto a platform of any sort. But happy birthday, and just may your year be everything that makes your heart sing.
This is Lisa calling in from Krakow. Camilla, happy birthday. Wishing you divine inspiration every day, every moment. All what your heart is calling for, maybe fulfilled. Here in Krakow, it's stormy and rainy, and I feel a little heavy this morning, maybe feeling also the full moon around. So I'm just here. Thank you.
And I'm Brian in Krakow. And happy birthday, Carmilla. And I put on this birthday cap to celebrate with you. And as I look closer, I realize that it's a slice of pizza, which gave me, and I see all of you, a big laugh. So uh, I guess I'm thinking about food also.
Or a triangle.
Yeah.
Unmute Suzanne, I want to hear that laugh.
I saw this and thought of,
The way he came in, he was looking so serious.
yes, and I started to really not making it visible in my face because okay, is it me? Yeah, but it's funny. It's only you can wear that.
I don't know if his grandchildren agree with that, but let's see. Yeah.
Well, you think about food, to be honest. Many times when I eat a cookie, I think of you and Lisa.
Oh.
Since then, many times I take the cookie and I think of you both.
Oh, sweet.
I'm Amelie, checking in from Amsterdam and feeling very happy for my sister, feminist sister, Camilla, and dancing around today. Check.
Suzanne from Switzerland. Happy birthday, Camilla. I have my birthday ear antler on my head.
You wear it as if it's very normal.
Well, coming from the north with the Santa Claus, but it's free time now. I'm just kidding. No, the elk antler is one of my spirit guides. I take it serious, but it just, to have humor is part of the medicine. So I send you lots of love, big hugs, big deer hugs, and jumps, and full of joy, and have a great birthday and happy, and congratulations for your book. And I'm on your WhatsApp. You created. Let's see what I can support. How can I support you? And big hugs. And here it's raining again. 2 days before we had finally a little snow I collected. And my doctor check was okay. I got an Zeugnis, an affirmment how much I can work at the moment, and I have a fitness program, stuff like this. So I need to be concentrated on my body fitness, body recovering. But I'm fine. I'm doing fine. Check. Did check.
Wish happy birthday to Carmela in my happy card. I see you blossoming and blooming, being generous, and then also opening to receive this year. And I think that's amazing and beautiful. And I see how deep and wise and committed you are to flourishing for yourself and for everyone. So I'm just honoring you today and sending you lots of love and energy and success. Bless.
This is Anja checking in from Germany, and I played in the background, but I only could get my video off. So I still have to learn, and I learn from you. And that's really what is making me so joyful each time, and also today to come here, because I really feel that we empower each other here. Really and that's where with the feeling I'm here, and with the really consciousness of not only supporting or being in a circle or community. So it's really empowering, and that's what I really feel. And also, Camilla, I'm so full of gratitude to meet you, and it's your birthday, it's your day today, and you feel us funny, you see us funny, you're making us laugh, and I do appreciate that we share grief and joy, and that we are able to do both, and that we are able to experience both, and that we empower each other in our grief, in our joy, and that we do so with others. And that's what I really want to do, and nothing else. So thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to have my voice here. Thank you for seeing you with pizza and antlers and everything. So let's make it with the most joy of it. And I'm here with the bees and the hive, and the idea of the hive, which is also empowering each other. And sometimes there is a queen, sometimes there are the workers or whatever, but they always also tell others where the nectar is. So that's the idea of where I'm at. And I'm preparing the ashes thing. So I just saw it in the chat. I'm still preparing those with the right intention, and they will go and will be shipped today. So bless you.
Please, everyone, read the chat from Juliet. She's going back to the hospital.
We might take after the check-in a moment to, or now, to send her the light.
No, thank you, Brian. That's why I put it there.
Okay.
Sending us
Thank
a lot of love, and so we can support her as we do. She's very open and sensitive to that, so maybe we can take a moment. I'm totally fine to do that now. My check-in is to serve here, so this is part of that serving. May it serve her well in whatever form. And Camilla, my birthday wish for you is indeed also that you enjoy with great capitals of joy, that you really deeply connect also with your sons and with your family and with the larger extended family around your book, and that you have a great time there. So, and thank you for being here with us and sharing your voice and listening to us. And I think you're the last one to check in, Camilla, and then perhaps you need to.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for the lovely messages. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to turn my camera around so I can show you where I am right now. or I'll just stand up and walk around. So I'm having breakfast at a little restaurant over here. That's my son and my husband and the restaurant we're at. And then this is the view that I'm actually looking at while we do this. The sun's come out beautifully for my birthday. So I'm just sitting here enjoying the sun and a cup of coffee. Excuse me.
A cup of coffee.
A cup of coffee.
I couldn't have planned that timing if I tried. But yeah, so coffee and what we thought were going to be pancakes and ended up being little balls of dough with some honey and cinnamon and stuff. And then we're just going to go for a walk around the village for a little bit and then go home and get in and say hello for 5 minutes at least. And thank you all again for the lovely messages. I'll catch up on the recording tomorrow sometime.
Have a good time.
Thank you.
Have a good time. Enjoy.
I will. Thank you all. It's an
Bye,
hour.
Camilla.
Bye, Camilla. Bye.
Gonna have a nice watch the recording because I think she doesn't see us all, so she only sees one of us. So
No, when you're on your telephone, I do many times. I see all of you.
yeah, but I think she said she also.
You have to scroll.
Yeah. Okay.
Cara, checking in, not yet.
Yeah, I said the birthday wishes, but didn't quite check in, I guess. Yeah, I'm in a good space. I'm working with abundance energy in a few different ways, and a few kind of big things are all landing at the same time, and they're all kind of the same thing, but they're all different initiatives. So learning how Anne-Marie weaves and connects the big thinking, the big pioneers, and starting to get serious about bigger money as well, about how do we make that all become a really well-working, influential system. So it's exciting to be a part of that. And I'm just feeling really energized and really supported every day through my connection with nature and divine and you guys. And so that's really where I'm at. And everyone's pretty happy and healthy in my family. So I'm just really blessed to have stability and then standing for abundance. And I know not everyone has that wonderful gift in their lives.
Thank you, Cara.
Sabina, did you want to share something?
Yes, I don't have time to stay till the end, and I wanted to say that I really hurried up to be part of the Carmilla's birthday, to be here just to say happy birthday. But I forgot to tell her really what I really wish her, but now she's gone. Anyway, I'll be there tonight with all those who will be there. I just stay for a few minutes and then I have to go, so that's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Well, thank you for showing up.
Before you leave, all the best for your upcoming concert and everything you do and raise your voice. So I saw it, and but I couldn't react really on that, but I take the minute to give also the abundance to you, because you're spreading so much abundance to each and every one. Yeah.
Can I say something about Juliet?
Sure, please.
When we tuned in together, I felt a lot of, in fact, tears, and I think she needs maybe daily now our support, if we can. So if someone feel that too, I will do, and I like us as a group to do so. Thank you.
May I ask if it would be helpful to use Power of 8 for that, the way Lynn Taggart works with that, because I really just noticed how amazing powerful that is when we are very precise in our intents and do that at the same moment, in the same space even, and I'm really willing to do that. It's only 10 minutes. Really open to offering my Zoom for that, if we might want to offer her that for the coming, well, week.
You mean at 8 o'clock?
In the evening, you mean? Or in the morning?
The power of 8 is the process of Lynn Taggart, that when you come together with 8,
yes,
and you make a clear intention.
I understand that.
Okay, sorry.
I proposed a time.
Okay.
As well, to make it very easy, 8, 8, 8.
Yes, wonderful. At 8 o'clock in the morning. And yes, we are very powerful. Or would you rather do that at 8 in the evening? Because sometimes we have groups, so that might be challenging.
I can take it along with me in my morning meditation.
Yeah, I will do so. I don't think I can.
I can't come into any Zoom room at 8. That I shouldn't do that. That my body will not want that. But I can do it. Yeah, I can make that intention. But you're looking for something extra, Annelies, I understand.
Yes, because I really think that makes the difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand.
So
what if we just make it 9:30 or 9?
Yeah, it's also fine.
And then whoever can, there's a space open.
Yes, whoever can, and then trust on the power of us. And last Friday we were with a group of 6, and some of our group had not have power for in their house for a week yet, and it was minus 20 degrees, so it was very, really cold. And we had a Power of 8 session, but we were with 6 for 15, 20 minutes. And we asked her to report back. She did not know we were doing that. And then she reported back, well, we just heard that we were not having power for the coming week. But suddenly it was on, or suddenly they reported again that it would be back 6 hours from now, and it was. So I truly believe, and it's so powerful to work with that. And,
we make it 9:30 in the morning.
yes, wonderful.
And we can connect on your Zoom.
Yes, I will send it out once, and then it will be the same Zoom for every morning, and we do that for a week and see who wants to show up, and I can invite somebody of the other groups who are connected to Juliet as well.
Thank you.
Yes.
I will be in if I can make it, and if you ask Juliet, I don't know how the process of this is. I know about the capacity of doing so, and I will do my utmost best to be in. I was called to tell her that the Jew trees are in service for her if she wants to connect to. So this energy is with me. But if you like to tell her about, because some of you are in direct contact with her already, that would be a pleasure to do so. So in case she wants to know or gets to know about that. Thank you.
I'm also checking in 9:30 if I can. And if not, I put her in a prayer, my daily prayers for 1 week. I do my, depending on where I'm going, what I'm doing in the night.
And you do not have to tell if you're showing up or not, of course. So we just will notice. Okay.
Is there anything we want to let arise in our midst to speak about?
I have a request, a meditative training as I mean, an intuitive meditation trainer training. And I'm starting to exercise on it. I did that 3 times, and I'm looking for more guinea pigs. If somebody likes to be, it's wonderful. It's meditations from Sweden. He lives in Germany. He learned it from the East, and he get it in touch with earth and other ingredients he felt intuitively. So he has a wonderful aura. So if you have interest, please text me. If not, it's fine too.
And what does it mean? What does it entail? What does that mean? Is that
That
joining?
means I'm looking for guinea pigs for 20 minutes so I can exercise the meditations I will offering next when I finish the course.
So it's coming together for 20 minutes with you? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah, with feedback. I need feedback, how it felt, what needs to be corrected, what can be approved. And I had 3 sessions now with somebody from Germany. We had 2 days before 2 sessions, and in the evening also. No, the next day 1 session. It takes just 20 minutes or 15 minutes.
So it's anytime, just individual.
It can be one-on-one, or if somebody likes to come on. I mean, I will do group meditations, mass group meditations, along the side of what I'm on the mission I was putting on. So it's open. It's exploration. I'm a student now for this meditation. Doesn't have to be one-on-one. It can be whatever number.
How do we feel about just experimenting with that in one of these calls, this call or next call?
When would that be?
Maybe next call we could think about that.
Next call, I would like to share a few things that we are working on.
When would that be?
So I would prefer to do it after that, Karen. So next call, I would really like to have a dedicated time for some of the things that that we are developing and where we are. I feel there a little bit more clarity these coming days, and then on Thursday I think we can present that.
So that would be February the 8th. Does that work for you, Suzanne?
That's what day is that? Yeah, I think so. I have to check on it, and I can email. I can text you.
Put it in our chat what you want and the context. Give us a little bit more information so we know, and then we can see if we can do it here on the 8th or in whatever other way you want it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, great and wonderful that you're doing that, and great to share our learnings. I mean, that would be that's part of what we're doing as well, isn't it? You know, in that what you were so beautifully saying, Anya, about the empowerment and the uplifting. So On the 8th, on the 9th, there is the symposium. I don't know if you've seen the announcements with this beautiful 3 dragons in the logo of Unity Earth and many partners. We are one of the partners. And it's going to be a 3-day event that weekend, and then the next weekend a harvesting day in 2 time zones, in two times because of the global context. And it's really about awakening humanity to our sacred mission. I'm in the Global Coherence Council, so there is a group of people, small group, that is really working on how can we support our movements in this greater coherence. And then in this case, there was a real question from Unity Earth, from Ben Boner and others, to support the flow of the event, because it was a bit, there was some things that were complicated and not flowy. So we've been tuning in and meeting weekly, really in service of that coherence in the field, in order for this event to be able to reach as many hearts that want to be reached, let's say. So there are now, I think, 600 or 700 people that have subscribed. And the interesting thing is that from yesterday it was 600, and that 500 are new people, are not in the already Unity Earth or sign.
Nice.
So that's working. And so we want to continue to radiate that out and ask for that. So I'll put the link to the events and the so that you can see it, and also perhaps spread it and intentionally see how it could work. And this also means that in our design and coherence, we're looking at ways of how can you make it attractive for those that might not be so used to the ways that we are very often working in taking silence or the way we speak, but being free and there, but also looking at small, easy ways of doing breath work and all kinds of other things. So one of the supports for that is, for the coherence and for the thread, is using the image of a golden thread that we use whilst we're breathing and whilst we're seeing that the golden thread can go around. And yesterday we had this beautiful visualization of how it's coming out of those dragons, and so I'm excited around that. It's interesting to see how it's being set up by many different partners that have been trying to work on it. I wasn't in the first calls of how that happened. I was brought in later in the Coherence Council. But I did follow it from the sideline to see how it's being, how it's coming into form. And so it's another expression of us working together and learning how to radically collaborate, as John likes to say. And we're also really, I spoke with this week, had quite a few conversations around that. For that coherence, there's something around what we're doing energetically. And if we're also really serious about awakening to our humanity's sacred dream, then how about also paying attention to the harvesting and how we do that, and paying attention to that before, and that we really design it and take it along with us so that we can then arch it and bring it to the idea first was to bring it to World Unity Week. I felt that was too big an arch, and that it would be perhaps also very helpful to let it land on Earth Day. So now it looks like we will be calling for kind of like a continuum or some kind of way to move forward and come together again on Earth Day, and then come together on the 21st of June, which I will share more about next week. So that's nice to. It's another form of gathering and coming together in these times with a strong call. Anya.
I'm so full of gratitude how you describe this bow and under which umbrella things are taking place, because I'm still like a child, curious and wondering what is happening and where the net is. And I want to quickly share that I had a beautiful, let me say, experience after having our opening ceremony with Kara and me for this field we opened. And there a person took part in it and gave something back as a spiritual feeling. And she described, and what I also felt, and with which mission I'm walking, I'm thinking often of sand, and to paint with sand and earth and all these colors and beauty. And it came together like a combination of a net which had not been seen, but when you put a little bit sand on it, then it became visible and it became golden. So as a picture of that in this spiritual work, the unseen world is becoming visible by walking on it in really ceremonial practice energetically. I just share this picture because I'm walking with that, and it's becoming obvious for people that don't think in that regard. And I want to quickly share that I had a conversation with a beautiful university professor in Israel recently, which I met years ago, and I just was driven just to reconnect. And he, I don't know his university seat and what he's talking about, but he wrote about shamanism. And then I asked him, okay, how are you doing actually in this times you are in? And he said, yeah, you know, I see that there are not a lot of people working in that field, bridging between religions and things. And I said, no, that's not the case. And it became obvious that there are two worlds which really don't really communicate with each other. So this net is there, but it's also not there. So it's not visible. So how to communicate with that? And it's just, I'm just sharing that also how to create the bows, and somehow, like you're describing it, the bow is to somewhere, and to catch the right position to reach out to people you want to connect and radically collaborate. And I'm so grateful for that. And I just want to share also that people that are connected and also at the university and do this kind of collaboration and teachings somehow don't know about those things. So I shared your initiative, Brian and Lisa. So maybe you get a call from somebody called Amir Freiman, which is in Israel located. And so maybe we could really look at those other things to share the word. And I don't know how, but I'm very interested in doing so. Thank you.
Thank you, Anja.
Thank you.
Annelies.
Thank you. Yes. Wondering, you'd like us to register? What is it, what you need from us, from this group in particular, for this amazing new symposium and call, especially since it's so a call for action also?
Yes, it's a call, absolutely. I think at the moment it's registering and supporting it, taking notice of it, seeing it, taking notice of it. And I haven't seen all the details of the program yet. I've had the descriptions, and there's a development, and we give some, we give feedback, we share some things, we give inspiration, but they are kind of like creating some of the final details, because that's already a huge group that is working on that this week. I don't know exactly how they are going to do the harvesting, or we are going to do the harvesting, but yeah, I don't know. I don't even know that yet. I do know that we feel it's really important that we harvest. and that we do that in diverse ways, with a clear intention, let's say, and that the diversity of the harvesting method, not the methodologies, but the way it shows up, that if you're having also diverse groups, that's important. I guess there's always the invitation for if there's something that you feel called to when you look at the page and the program, to speak up. And I can imagine that next week we also go a little more deeper into it if we have a little bit more of the details. And if you're having time and you feel cold and there's energy, then let me know, because then, you know, we can also see what happens. I'll be speaking again. We have a weekly rhythm, so every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock CET, we have the coherence call. Yeah, and thank you for asking.
Yeah, Anna-Marie, I will definitely message you about that, what you said. And as you can see, my voice doesn't necessarily feel like coming today, but right now I just feel so called, because you said something about their diverse groups, and people don't necessarily do things in the same way. And how do we bring things like, you know, I guess the stillness, the vibration raising, all this to them. And that's something I feel deeply called about. So I'd love to support in any way I can with that, because I just feel like it's all about raising our vibration, and it's all about energy. And what's very interesting is, like, a lot of people think they're just a few groups that are into that, but that's not true. I am part of this group in South Africa, and it's South African doctors and other people. It's actually the South African Vaccine Injury Group. And we were having a call, and it was, people are actually going into the energy. And when you can bring it such that other people can be open to it and understand and speak their language, it makes such a difference, and I can see it.
Yeah, the setup is that there will be, every time there will be a kind of a main session with 6 visionary voices, and then 6 engagement parts, in which it's really about breakouts and speaking about it and integrating and taking time, taking silence, having artwork, music, and a lot of breath. So we said the coherence in this is going to be specifically also worked on through bringing us back into the breath, into our own breath, knowing we are part of the big breath. So Jude Caravan will also speak a little bit about, how she sees that we didn't have a big bang at the beginning of time, but it was a big breath, and how we're all part of that and how we can connect to that.
Mm.
So, and that golden thread we've now added to that, which I think is a helpful visualization. And the global coherence pulse will also be playing a role in that, by giving us visuals in which we can breathe together just for 2 minutes or whatever, just taking a moment of silence, and making sure that we have that with all the talking that is done as well. So I think there will be also breakout groups, etc. And so I can imagine that, our capacities that we hold here and that we have can really be supportive of that as well. And yeah, if you all agree, I can ask Ben Bowler and John if there's something specifically that we could be doing, if you're feeling called for that. It's already anyway a real support, I think. It can be as small as being present and knowing having a very strong intentional connection, let's say, And I can imagine that on our call before the 9th, that we also really tuned into that intention to support the flow in that sense.
Well, I can say I have registered, and I like to offer my holding space capacity in silence, or just what you need for. I especially felt a very strong call when you talked about the harvesting part. Therefore, I like to have some contact so I can maybe offer my clear visionary me, not me, and then support that, because I feel that's a very important ingredient now in this moment.
Yeah.
Become more aware in this.
Thank you. Anybody else already wanting to?
I also registered some weeks ago when I saw the invitation from Ben. I would love to join on Wednesday night at 9 CET. That's before the.
No, that's a group that's really working together. What I'm talking about is that I can speak about how we can contribute in some ways during the event. But the global, that at 9 o'clock is a dedicated group that is having their. That's not what I was inviting for.
You didn't invite it before you mentioned the second one. You didn't invite it. Us to
No,
come?
I was sharing that we come together in this dedicated group every week, so that you know the rhythm that we have, and that when I can bring in and that I had it last night, so I can report back immediately this morning. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm registered on that event. I'm doing a world tour. I'm planning a world tour, and I'm still on the mission. You know already I'm on it, and I'm on the peace game with David Gershon now at the moment, exploring, seeing things, and look what is coming up. The collaboration coming together, and go with the flow.
Okay. Good. Annelies?
Yes. I also feel called to the space holding, anchoring, and if there is for me, if harvest came up in a special, different, diverse way that I can bring forward in a lean way, let's say it like that, with ease, I will happy to do that. And I'm not knowing that yet. I'm in the not knowing for that. So, but I will look out for it during the days. Yes. And it's good to say that I'm still in some kind of a silence and until 11 of February. So this is also why I'm not committing myself too much at the moment, and this is really about being precise about what's there to come for me and focus and give my full force to whatever is chosen there. So it's more that I try to be everywhere, but not so much as everything I did last year. So
Yeah.
I like that image of the golden thread. We might start today to visualize that together, maybe in the end of this session, or it is already the end of the session, just for a few minutes, and maybe introduced by the tone of Brian's flute, what I really love. And then we visualize this golden thread. And we can always tune in there as long as it calls you. And then next week we we make it stronger in the intention for the coming up event. Is okay?
Yes, great.
It's a lovely image. It's very good. It's very strong.
Anja?
I'm just telling again that I'm already in, and you might see in my background something. It's like a picture I made really years ago. It's a big spider walking this golden net and coming to the ocean, to the beach, coming to the beach, and then meeting herself mirrored in an octopus.
Okay.
So the seen and the unseen world meeting each other. So it's really like that. I don't like this image of her being like that, but it's like I felt in that very moment to really be drawn into that net, not knowing what it is. So if it is helpful, you can imagine also with that and be there. So I'm in, and I'm called while listening to that word of harvesting, that in that net also we could invite people to meet in person. So as a next step, I'm always walking with that kind of meeting in person, so that this virtual reality we are in, we start to harvest us and meet us, and meet maybe with one person at your side at home while you're online. So inviting somebody to your place, and really spread the word and say, hey, look, that's what I'm doing. So there is something you also can connect, just not only in that virtual space, but just be there and then talk to that person or whoever will come at your side, really in presence. That's what I'm called for, and I'm just placing it here. And I will be in to support you in any way and walk with that prayer.
Thank you, Cara. And I'm aware of the time.
Yeah, I've been wanting each time to do harvesting more better and collaboratively, and think about how we can do it more of a process that's integrated. So if it's really calling for that and people are stepping up for that, then I'd really be up for supporting that and coordinating, so that, and I always have ideas like, oh yes, every day at the end there could be a time that's about harvesting, and each day it's someone different. One day it's Julie, and one day it's this person, and all that kind of thing. And in the past I've done the graphic recording for these. I'd be happy to do that again. And I think we want to also think about how the harvesting lives on afterwards. So yeah, so that's great.
So this is a first setup that's just being developed in our conversations. So I'll speak with, we will be speaking with John, Cara, because it's, as part of our expertise as partner, and then we can come back and see what could happen. It's good to know a little bit what you're all sharing and how we could do that. And then also to look at what we're feeling called to do and what's possible in this context. I would also encourage you to look at the Mighty Network at the One World and the work that has been done now, that we've been doing in harvesting, enlightening our way together. For each session, using AI, there are now transcriptions, samenvattingen, I've lost the word. Summaries, quiz, experimenting with AI can develop a quiz for you to see, so that you can test whether you still remember what's being said in a very playful way. So, and then translating out of that the missions. So we're really looking at how, and I wanted to share more about that next week, but it's coming up now, how we can give a next layer of support and for development of missions, and also the cross-pollination, and see if there are more people ready to joint actions. And that's very much also following the flow, kind of like, you know, you first need to trust each other, know each other, to be able to be vulnerable and say, I don't know things, maybe you know things, can we work together? If I share a little bit more, do I dare to say what I really dream more? And you, and okay, and now can we dream together? So that's not for everybody, that doesn't matter. But the system and the AI programming and what we're practicing with is supporting us in an amazing way. And John is doing that primarily. So I would really also love to get more training around how he's doing that, and that we can do that ourselves. So because yeah, it's at our fingertips, and it helps us actually to be able to go more deeper into a lot of things. And that's the whole point. We're doing it because we think that we can human better then, and that we can come deeper into ourselves. So in the Mighty Network, you can look at that, look at the missions, and look at the harvesting at Enlighten Way together. Click on it and see what a richness. And then for the teaming up one, he's really designed, based on these summaries, etc., and the quizzes, etc. He's designed together with AI and with Tamsin a whole course. So it's really seeing how our conversations matter, not only for us now, but how something else can be done with that. Yeah. Brian and Lisa, is there anything specific that you want me to know about the event, or is it fine as it is, as with what you've heard? It's not pushing, it's just giving the space, because I started to speak about other things whilst we were still in the round.
Thank you. I've also registered, but I also placed in the missions for 2024 that our weekly group is it's blossoming as a space for compassionate listening. And I feel like this is something that Lisa and I are really suitable to bring, not only for our Monday group, but for other times, for other groups. And so this cross-pollination you're talking about, I'm just saying we're available for that. And even though we are sometime in the spring moving back to the United States, we still hold that the 10 a.m. in the United States works really well in Central Europe, and so anyway, we're available for cross-pollination. And thank you for asking.
Yeah, thank you. And just say ditto, ditto, what Brian said.
Okay. I want to say one more thing before we go into the golden thread, that Anya put in our WhatsApp some funding opportunities. And so thank you for that. And really good to look into that. And please let us also look at that kind of abundance. And know that we will be doing that anyway as the Hague Center. We're really looking at these kind of things. And so if there are things that you come up with or need or see or whatever, yeah, or have others that you want to bring in, and that's also for our call here, of course. You know, we're kind of like a fixed group now, but we're not. We're open too. So there is something that, like, you know, like Anya, you were saying, if you want to bring somebody at home, and that can also be for here in the call. Suzanne, and then I think we should go to the closing.
Yes, I'd like to thank Anya for putting in that funds ideas into the chat, because I really need funds for creating a world tour, a yearly world tour, you know, and the international call for women and stuff. And yeah, I really appreciate what you just put it in. Thank you so much. It's really helpful. And part of my work is also how can I support more 80 or 100%. At the moment, I'm looking also to survive with my bills here. And it takes attention away from the things I really love to do. But it's all volunteer, no money there. So I'm on that crossroad, how can I finance it, what I'm doing. I have an NGO since 2018 and, you know, paying everything on my own, working, and then, you know, that's the job I need to do. Thanks for sharing it, Anya.
Karen, do you want to add something?
Oh, I was just thinking that our Amplify Each Other's Light base is dedicated base to that, finding the way to be your spiritual self and find the career path for that. So it's just a base to practice that together on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. CET. If you want to join that community, it's a WhatsApp group in the weekly call.
Okay, so Amelie, if it's okay for everybody that we go to a closing and that we take 2 minutes golden thread, do you want to take us through that somehow in a way?
Yes, it's fine. So
What are you showing us? Abundance. You're on mute, so.
Abundance and golden threads, so let them roll.
Let them roll. Okay.
I just add a few words to lead us in after Brian has made his tone.
Shall we, Hasina, is it an idea? I would love to show this to the group, to the coherence group, to see how, and to Ben. I think they would be really touched in their hearts to see that we're picking it up. So how do we cut that? Do we cut that, or do we need to stop and record again? What is the easiest way?
I can do either. Okay, maybe we should stop it and just do a new recording.
Yeah.
Let me just